Hello and welcome to this impromptu live. I'm just popping on. I thought I was actually going to go and design a digital product. I'm working on some social media posts at the moment, and I thought I might jump on and show you a new way I've been sort of brainstorming themes and ideas that can be applied to templates. So while I'll be doing a business niche product today, which it's exciting, social media posts are a lot of fun. Obviously, the concept can be applied to any product as well. So, we've got some people with us. Hi, it's so lovely to have you here. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Please let me know if you can't hear me. Hi, Shelley. Oh, it's lovely to have you here. Hello. Oh, thank you so much for watching. Well, yeah, I thought I might jump across and I'll quickly show you what I've been working on. So, let me share my screen. So, um, share screen. Double checking which one I'm sharing. I've got a lot of screens. There we go. This one. All right, so hopefully you guys can see my stream. I was making my intro just before. Now, moving across, these are sort of the base, or what I would call the base template for my social media posts that I'm going to be using for the brand Sugar Store. And I've gone in and I've really rebooted them. I've made the packs a little bit bigger. And this here is my very first theme. It's quite like minimal. I called it the Mood brand. Anyone who knows me knows I love to give my name, like collections, like fancy names. So I just feel like it can set the tone a little bit. So this is a copy of the Mood template, and I'm going to show you how I would come up with like a new collection and apply it to this sort of social media template. So I have been using Midjourney, like I've been using it for graphics, but I've also been using it for brainstorming, and it's very, very cool to help you come up with ideas that you may not even pop into your head, and it allows you to sort of brainstorm really, really quickly as well. So let me show you what I would type to sort of get started with brainstorming. Now, I personally love to type in things like interface design, website design. Oh, not do that. Sales page design, things like that, because I feel like you get quite a big image and I feel like you get a background, which is very, very usable. So, for example, here, let me see. I will type in um, sales page, website design, interface, interface design. You can also, if you're designing, for example, for coaches, for someone specific, if you're doing stationery, then you might want to be like for wedding stationery, things like that. So you can definitely write down sort of notes on who's it for, and Midjourney will take that into account as well. I'm going to use colors today because I have like a vibe and a color that I really would love to go towards, and I want to do like a feminine collection using like some creams and some blushes and some navies. So I'm going to type in feminine. Uh, Blush, pink, cream, dusty navy blue. Now with Midjourney, a lot of the time you'll find that it will sometimes it gives you very, very colorful images. So if you use words like dusty, neutral, and words like that, that descriptively sort of tone it down, you can get better, sort of more high-end results as well. So that I found that that's really cool. So I've got sales page, website design, interface design, feminine blush pink cream, navy blue. And then I'm going to set it to 3:2 as the ratio. So that'll give me a nice rectangle. And then I'm just going to pop this in. And because we're brainstorming, I'm going to go through and I'm going to generate quite a few. So it'll give me lots to work with. Let's give it a second to generate. So you can see already, like we've got quite a lot that we could actually work with. Like there's lots of florals in there, which is quite pretty. It looks like we've sort of got a color palette forming as well, which is nice. This is pretty. I love that sort of cream color. Okay, so I feel like we're not getting enough design elements in here, but this is a fantastic start. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pop the prompt in and I'm just going to adjust it slightly. I'm going to replace feminine with watercolor, and then I'm going to have floral luxe. And I think that those words will give me slightly different results. I'm glad it's useful. Sometimes you just get stuck and you just kind of like, you waste time because you're like, oh, I'm not sure what I could actually do. I'm stuck on this. Like, and you get stuck in that sort of planning phase with like, you don't know what colors to use, you don't know what fonts to use, you don't know what vibe you want to go with. So, this is a really great way to kind of like help you create inspiration that you can then use and turn into a product. All right. I like all of these. I like that. That's cool. This is cool. I feel like the florals are a little bit too formed for my liking. So I'm just going to type in loose abstract florals and see if we get something. I might add modern as well as a prompt. See if we get some other ideas. Okay. I feel like I'm already starting to like these a lot better. Like you can see this one here is so beautiful. That one's cool as well, like with that abstract background in it. I love this one as well with like those florals. So this is giving me a lot more to work with. And I'm already like looking at this being like, wow, this is something that I could turn into a social media post. So we can see this one here is gorgeous. For me, like when you use florals, oh, I better upgrade my credits. For me, when you use florals, it's quite important to diffuse it with like neutral colors or lots of space, or you can also sort of have like color blocks with like soft watercolors as well. And I find that that can be a really great way to use florals sparingly and not overdo it because sometimes, I mean, like business stationery, this is more important for because you always want it to feel kind of like high end, elegant, professional, but I just find that it just makes everything a little bit more, um, I don't know, like people tend to like it a little bit more. I guess when you tone it back in some areas. And I think because like when we're dealing with florals, they're so busy as well. So it can be quite good to have some florals somewhere and then have less in other places. And what that can do is like we almost because there's less of it, we appreciate the florals a little bit more, in my opinion. This one's so cool as well. I love like the abstract. I love this here. Okay, I'm just going to upscale what I like now. So I'm going to go through and see exactly the ones that I want. So I'll upscale that one because it didn't work. I definitely want some of these florals. That's kind of cool. So you might think, oh, these aren't usable. They've got words all over them and they've got gibberish all over them. And I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that in a moment. But what we can do as well, once we've upscaled these, we can also do variations of them. So this one here, let's try a couple of variations. This one here. And sometimes you get things that you like a little bit more. Oh, hi, JT. I know I've jumped on, just thought I'd surprise people. I was going to do a set of templates anyway. So I guess it's sort of like a co working session. Beautiful. So doing some variations of these ones and seeing what we can get. All right. So you'll notice that, yeah, here's some variations down here. So you can see how it's just slightly different. These ones are more exaggerated, so you can choose when you do variations. You can do strong or you can do subtle. This one here is an example of subtle, and you can see how it's very, very minor changes. This one here is strong, so you can see how it's there's quite a lot of variation in there. They're all cool though. I love them all. So I've scaled that one, that one. Um, don't love any of those florals. Love this though. Very cool. And you can see, like, depending on how you're feeling in the day, like, what you design is gonna take shape differently as well, so, you can see obviously today I'm liking abstract stuff. Um, that's cool. Ah, you're doing Evelyn's roadmap homework, that's amazing. I need to do mine as well. It's such a cool like, what she did over the last week with the training has been so good. Um, I like these. I think I'm more, like, gravitating to these types of florals. Don't love any of that. Alright. Okay. I think we've got lots and lots to work with now. Oh, these are cool actually. I like these. Beautiful. I think we've upscaled everything that we need for now. All right. So what you can do as well is you can go into Midjourney and you can bulk download things, which I've found to be a real time saver if you're doing, if you're generating lots of stuff. So we want to go into our library and we want to go into upscales. Ah, you're lovely. I have to design everything Evelyn does because yeah. I think I'd be like, "Oh my gosh," if I didn't get to design it. It's like one of my favorite things to do to design Evelyn's slides and things. But no, actually she did her slides. I did the brand, but she actually did the slides. So, yeah, being like she's an amazing designer in her own right. All right, so we'll download all of these ones. Prepare zip. Okay, it'll just give us a second. There we go. Now we can save this one. Now, before I upscale any of these to use, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them into what's called the Photoshop beta. So, the reason that this is a cool program is it has like a generative fill and it can actually like quite easily fix a lot of these images for us. So, let me go through. I'm going to pick like the top three and I'll show you those so I don't take up too much of your time. I definitely want this one here. So, this can be number one. Uh, This one. Oh, which one do I want? This one. This can be number two. And this one's cool as well. Number 3. It's got 1, 2, and 3. Now, if we drag these into the Photoshop beta, Shelley says, is the beta available to sign up for? I think you need to own. I'm not sure actually. I don't want to answer the wrong way. I'd have to look into it for you. But I have the paid like Adobe Cloud, so that's how I got access to it. I just downloaded it from the cloud. All right. So first off, I'm just going to crop this in. Now it's really cool. Say I wanted to get rid of this, I can select it. I can go generative fill, give it a second to load. Someone says, can we use GIMP? I don't know what that is. Maybe though, possibly. If it does the same thing, then maybe. You can see how beautiful is that? It's just taken that block of text out. So we'll do it again. It's almost like you're like it's almost like you're a doctor of images when you do this. It's pretty cool. Okay. So, and you can see it gives you a couple of options as well. So you can see that one's not good. Let's see if we can generate a better one. You can just hit generate again and it'll give you 3 more options as well. I know it's so handy if you are wanting to design something and you can't find the perfect graphic. You can use Midjourney to create graphics like this. Let's see. And then you can just fix them. I think this one that we generated first is probably best. And then we'll go in here and we'll fix this bit as well. There we go. I think that that's looking good. That's probably the best one. So we'll do that one. We're going to flatten. You can see I've got all these layers here. So I'm just going to select all of these, flatten them together, and then I'm going to save it and I'm going to close it. And I'm going to adjust it a little bit more later, but for now we'll just close it. So we're going to go in here, image, crop. Again, generative fill. There we go. I think it generated some that it didn't like. Sometimes it gives you that error. It says that it's like against the guidelines, and I think that that's kind of like something to protect the rating of the images that you get, as obviously sometimes things can generate which aren't appropriate. So sometimes you do get a warning like that. But it looks like this one's generated one which is good enough anyway. So we'll save this one here, and we'll do this one too. Image, crop. Let's generative fill this bit here. Beautiful. I think the second one probably gives us the better option. Lovely. So now that we've fixed all those ones, what we're going to do is we're going to open the upscaler that we've got. Now, when you're upscaling images, it's really important to use an AI upscaler, because if you were to just make that file bigger in Photoshop, you're going to get pixelation. Whereas an AI upscaler, what that does is it basically generates what the pixels should be if it makes it bigger. So this is how you get really high quality, beautiful, big images. So we're going to go in and we're going to grab these beautiful images that we just created. We are going to, it'll take a second to load. I'm going to make them twice as big. I'm going to set that to low resolution, because even though low resolution doesn't sound good, for me, it just seems to give you the best result. I'm just going to go apply current settings to all. Save images. Now it'll save those. All right. I think you guys just got a flash of like the desktop of nightmares. It's very unorganized. I need to go through and like put everything in folders. Okay, so we've got, you can see here, we've got enhance, 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 and then we've just got 3, 1, 2. So I'm going to delete these ones because they're going to be lower resolution. And these are the ones that we're going to use on our template. So let's go back over to this mood template that we were using. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to grab these beautiful graphics we've just made, drag and drop them into the library here on Canva. Beautiful. All right. So now we're ready to apply this like new sort of vibe to this template here. Now I definitely want to change like the fonts as well. And I'm just going to sort of go through and polish as I go along. Shelley says, is that the software you mentioned on Friday, the Upscaler? Yes, that's Topaz. It's like a one-off purchase, and it's software rather than it be like a browser-based app, which has like a credit system. You're lovely. Maybe it's just as like a side effect of being on the go and creative. I don't know. Let's say that. Let's be kind to ourselves. Okay, so we're just going to drag these in, and I'm already loving this. So I'm going to come up with, I think, what will I call this one? Hmm. I'm gonna come back to the name of it. I can't think of anything. Okay. So I'm gonna go. I've got some beautiful fonts in here, which I have purchased an extended license for. So they are on Creative Market, but I did have to buy the extended license for them. But they're really beautiful, and I do feel like for me they are worth the investment for what I'm doing with this project. So kind of feel like we nailed the font first off. I feel like this is awesome, actually. Yeah, I like this one. Don't want dot points, but let's adjust that. I'm loving that. Okay, and then we might change this one to, again, I've got a custom license for this one. It's called Blackstone Regular. It's by Peach Cream, but I do have the extended license to be able to use it in templates. So it's not by default found here in Canva. But that doesn't mean that you can't sort of buy other fonts and make sure you have the correct license and then use them in the template. Now, I get asked a lot, if you buy a custom font and you upload it on your Canva, will it be accessible for the end user? What happens is when they open the actual template, it'll be usable in just that template. It's not going to transfer to their full Canva account or anything like that, but it will be, it won't, like they'll be able to use it as a template, if that makes sense. Okay. Um, I think I might call this one Artisan because I feel like it's kind of arty. Maybe I should call it Messy Desktop. Now, what I like to do as well when I'm starting to go through and apply like a brand to everything is I love to sort of flesh out the colors as well. So the kind of the colors I'll use through the whole design. So I'm just putting some circles in here, and I'm going to use, I'm actually going to see if I can select some colors out of this image. So if we scroll down here, yeah, we can see we've got some beautiful colors there. That's lovely. Okay. I don't love that blue. I feel like it's too blue, but I'm going to add some of the other images that we uploaded. So we'll put this one in as well. Or we might see if we can get a better blue from that. Yeah, you can see this one's a much nicer one. It's just got a little bit of gray in it, and it's just a bit more, it's a bit softer. That's kind of cool. I kind of want to use like, maybe coral's a bit bold. Let's see what else there is. I do not mind that. So I think this will be my color palette for the document. I'm just going to keep those there so that Canva detects them in future. Now let's apply some of these colors. I like that one there. Okay. So we'll use this navy and we're going to go change all. So what I do now is I do sort of like a bulk application of everything. So I'll go through, I'll change all the fonts that I want to change. I'll change the colors basically. And I'll also go through and well, pretty much the colors and the backgrounds and the fonts. And then I'll just go through and I'll copy and paste the textures that I've uploaded, and I'll try and get some variation in there. So let's just quickly, we'll go through. And it doesn't matter if everything doesn't look okay at the moment. Like you can see over here, this is too close to the edge. I'll polish everything later. So my one goal at the moment is to go through and apply this new style as quickly as possible. And I want to also delete out any of the elements which aren't going to be relevant to this collection. So let me just double check This one, okay, it's the second one. Beautiful. We'll go change all. It's looking good. So this one here, we're going to need to replace. So that's an image. Actually, this might look kind of cool. Yeah, actually, I really like that. Go through. We'll replace some of these later. How's that? That looks really cool, actually. I'll have to adjust the text a little bit, but I think that one looks quite good there. That one looks good there. You can see how having a base speeds things up so much. All right. Now, I'm not going to do the whole thing while you guys are online because I think like it'll take me quite a long time to go through and I don't want to keep you guys. But oh, you're so lovely. It makes such a difference, doesn't it? Like having those graphics, like they can instantly make something look really strong in terms of design. And especially if you don't have any ideas of what you want to do, like it can just make a huge difference having that starting point. You may also be new to design as well. So it's like if you don't have that confidence yet and you don't feel like you're a designer, then this could be a great option for you just while you do your first couple of packs. So there, I'll change this one to peach cream. Now I'm just going to go through and adjust the font on all of these to make sure that it looks okay. There we go. I think I've changed that. Yep, that's okay. Change that one. Okay, I think that we got down to around page 17. So, oh, hi, Megan. It's lovely to have you on. Thank you. We're using Midjourney as sort of like a base to design a pack of social media templates, which I know that you are a pro of yourself. So jumping in here, now what we can do is we can generate photography as well to go in here that matches the vibe exactly, which is really cool. So we can go back to Midjourney and say we type in lifestyle photograph of woman wearing colorful dress, and then we grab some of these terms as well. We'll just see what we get. I also like to use light and airy. AR. So we might do that and we'll see what we get. And then we might also do like a workspace one, which is like a little bit more generic because we are in this pack of templates, we are using like it is for business. So we do want to make sure that it looks sort of generic and attractive to business owners. So we have workspace, flowers, plants, coffee. Some of these images are amazing already. Now you've got to look out for like 6 fingers and stuff like that. That's really important. uh, that's amazing. That's lovely that you're watching. Okay, do you pay for Midjourney? Yes, I do. So you always throw the same prompt for at least 6. I do. I just find that it's quicker and then it's easier to kind of curate exactly what you want. That's why I copy and paste it in and make sure I like do like a lot so I get that real high volume. It is like there's so many options, so many options. I mean, like just from what we've seen today, potentially that could even be 10 packs worth. So some of this is cute. You've got to be careful of keyboards because Midjourney struggles to generate any text. So you'll notice that like with something like this, the keys will be all like gibberish. So you just have to watch out for stuff like that. Oh, you started doing that today. It's amazing. But I mean, some of these are going to be small and the laptop's quite small there, so I think I could probably get away with that one. This one's lovely. Oh no, hang on. It's got a weird laptop in there. What you can do as well, if you don't want a laptop, you can type in dash dash no and then tell it what to avoid generating. So we can say no laptop. Normally, if I use like an image which does have a laptop in it, I do send it to Glenn and he'll go and fix the keys for me. So I'm pretty lucky there. You can see sometimes you get weird stuff though. Like look at this one here, like the cup. Oh no, there's a cup on a thing before. Yeah, this one here, there's like a coffee cup resting on a coffee. This one's kind of cool though. I like that one. Let's see if we can get, let's try on wall. So we'll do abstract art on wall and then we'll do of a lounge room. I think it was, yeah, that's awesome. Has she got all her fingers? I don't think she's holding the coffee cup properly. This worked out well, this one. I don't think there's anything, I don't know what that is. You can also do like some more variations of it and see if you can get a better version. This one's quite good. So for the sake of time, I'll copy and paste these ones in. So the flowers look quite good there. I think like filler images always look with like good with greenery and with like flowers and things like that. Do you upscale 300 dpi? No, you don't really need to. I do for the textures because when I'm upscaling the textures, I'm like in the back of my mind, I know that I'm going to use them on lead magnets. I know that I'm going to use them on like printable documents as well. But for social media, you don't really need to worry as much because it's just going to be on the screen. Nothing's going to be printed. This one here is lovely. I wonder if the keyboard is going to work. We'll see what else we've got. I know that there were some lovely women up here that are going to match perfectly. So how cool did these come out? This one here is amazing. It's like it's going to match perfectly. So that one's cool, cool, cool. Sometimes their faces are a little bit creepy once they get bigger. So just watch that. Once I generated a yoga lady and she had like feet on her hands and I was like, ooh. So you just, once you get bigger, you just got to make sure you look over everything really carefully. This one's kind of cool. I like this one too. This one too. That's pretty as well. We'll see. You can see her hand kind of looks a bit funny. Her face, there's something off about her face as well. That's what I mean. There's just something with some of them where it's just like, I don't know about that. It's probably possible. Not really. This one's quite good. This one's okay. I think this one's good. So I would use this one. And you can see like this fits in so well already. I hope her hands are okay. Yep, oh no, her face is creepy. We'll try some subtle variations. So I mean, like it's still a process. Some alien scary faces for sure. Yeah. So scary. This is something and sometimes they're just slightly off and you're like a little bit unnerved by it. This is something there and you're not quite sure what it is. Have I ever used Canva's AI tool? Yes. I have. I cannot get a good result from it. I always I'm always losing it when I use the AI tool. I find it so funny in Canva. Oh, that's amazing, Sarah. That's so good. Okay, this one looks all right. Okay, we'll use this one. We'll place the background. Sometimes as well, like cropping it like this can be a really nice touch. Megan says Midjourney is the stealer of time. It's so much fun. It is, yeah. I can see why you say that. Let's see what else we can find. So we got her. If we crop her, then she might be okay. Just her hand's a little bit funny, but yeah, that looks good. We can adjust this as well so that it comes out a little bit and it's not overlaying the text. So one thing that when you're just starting out, you might not be aware, but sometimes elements can be a little bit too close to text. So it's really important to make sure if you're overlaying or underlaying background elements to make sure like the flower here, it's a little bit too close. So we probably want to adjust this, maybe even decrease the amount of content in this box just to account for that flower there. Beautiful, looking good. I love to have a bit of variety when it comes to if you have a couple of images in here, like we've got 3, then you will probably have a bit of variety with one holding flowers, one who's looking forward, one which is a flat lay, things like that. Here we go. Oh, these look really cool. They've come out so cool. It's a bit of a flick. Normally they don't come out this good. This one's a cool one as well. I think she looks fine. A lot of people will replace the images in their social. Well, the majority of people are going to replace what's going in here. It's more just to really show the look and feel of the templates. That's actually kind of cool. I might put that one in here. Yep. That actually looks like it's one photo shoot. It's amazing. It looks like one woman. So we'll put her here. Don't love that. I think this is, hang on. I think this is the wrong way up for me. And that's what I don't like about it. Yeah, that's a lot better. So just adjusting this text, that looks a little bit off. It's kind of cool. That doesn't look great. But I mean, we could also put that in there. That's kind of cool. You can see it's just totally transformed the whole look and feel of the document. I actually really like using that there. I think it looks quite good on the iPad behind it. Almost done. Beautiful. So yeah, that's pretty much how I would go through, generate a whole skin in Midjourney, and then apply it to a document. So you can see what we've done. It's still quite similar to the original, but it has a totally different feel. So it's going to appeal to someone totally different, probably someone who's quite creative, someone who's looking for a little bit of color, things like that. So in terms of what I would do now, I would just go through, reskin the remaining parts of the document. If there's parts that I feel like need to be toned down, like for example, this one here, I might want to add a bit of flat color opposed to the pattern. I would go through and do all of that. And if there's any other elements that I wanted to add in, we generated quite a lot of flowers and things in here. So I would probably go through and see if I can find some extra flowers. These might be really nice on one as well, just to add a little bit more of diversity. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Are there any questions? It would be good for a fashion brand. You're right. Well, if there's no questions, I might finish up, but thank you so much for your time and for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys around. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye for now.